What is the relationship of attention to thought? Is there a gap between attention and thought? Right? This is a good question because it affects us. That is, what is attention? What is the relationship of thought to attention? Is there in attention freedom? Right? Is this a question that affects us? That is, we know what concentration is. Right? Most of us do. From childhood, we are trained to concentrate. And the implications of that concentration is narrowing down all energy to a particular point and holding to that point. Right? Boy in a school is looking out of the window, looking at all the birds and the trees and the movement of the leaves or the squirrel climbing up the tree. And the educator says, look, you're not paying attention. Concentrate on the book. Right? Listen to what I'm saying and so on, so on. Which is what? Going to itself, which is what? You are making concentration far more important than attention. That is, if the boy is looking out of the window, watching that squirrel, I would help him to watch, if I'm the educator, I would help him to watch that squirrel completely. You follow? Watch it. Watch the movement of the tail, the mouth, the nozzle, how his claws are, everything, watch it. Then if he learns to watch that attentively, he'll pay attention to the beastly book. You follow what I'm saying? So there is no contradiction. So, attention is a state of mind in which there is no contradiction, right? There is no entity or a center or a point which says, I must attend. In that state, there is no wastage of energy. Whereas in concentration, there is always the controlling process going on. I want to concentrate on that page, but thought wanders off. And then you pull it back. It's the constant battle going on. Whereas in attention, if you go into it, it's very simple really. When somebody says, I love you, and he means it, you're attending. You don't say, do you love me because I look nice, or I have money, or I have sexual, or this or that? You follow what I'm saying? So, attention is something totally different from concentration. And this attention, the question asks, what is the relationship of this attention to thought? Right? None, obviously. I don't know if you follow this. Concentration has a relationship to thought, because thought directs. I must learn. I must concentrate in order to control myself. Right? Thought then gives a direction from one point to another point. Whereas in attention, Thought has no place. You are dead. And is there a gap between attention and thought? Good. So, as we explained the other day, if you once understand, if one once has a grasp of the whole movement of thought, you won't put this question. You understand, sir? I'll answer it, but first one has to understand what thought is, you understand? Not somebody tell you what thought is, but to see what thought is, how it comes into being. And if you will go with me, I'll do it again, we'll go into it. There can be no thought if there is total amnesia, right? But unfortunately or fortunately, we are not in a state of amnesia. And one wants to find out what thought is, what place it has in life. You understand? So one begins to examine thinking. Right? So what is thinking? Thinking takes place as a reaction to memory, obviously. Memory responds to a challenge, to a question, to an action, or a response in relationship to something or to an idea, to a person, right? You see all this in life. So what is thinking? What is thought? How does thought exist in human mind? So one says, one asks then, what is memory? You understand? What is memory? Memory is you have trodden on some insect that has bitten you. That memory, that pain, is registered and stored in the brain. That pain, which becomes a memory. It's not actual pain. That pain is over, but the memory remains. So, next time you're careful. So there is experience as pain, which has become knowledge, and that knowledge, experience, is memory. That memory responds as thought, right? That memory is thought. And knowledge, however wide, however deep, however extensive, must always be limited, right? There is no complete knowledge. I don't know if you're following this. So, thought is always partial, limited, divisive, because in itself it isn't complete. In itself it can never be complete. It can think about completeness. You understand? It can think about totality, whole, but it's not, thought itself is not whole. So whatever it creates philosophically, religiously, is still partial, limited, fragmentary. Because knowledge is part of ignorance. You understand, sir? I don't know if you understand this. As knowledge can never be complete, it must always go hand in hand with ignorance. Right? That's logical, rational. And if one understands the nature of thought and understand the nature, what concentration is, then attention thought cannot attend, because attention is giving all your energy to, you understand, without any restraint. I wonder if you understand this. If you are listening now, I hope you are, if you are listening and attending, what takes place? There is no you attending, right? There is no center that says, I must attend. You are attending. Because it's your life, your interest. If you're not interested, lying down in the sun and say, well, I'll listen partially, that's a different matter. But if you're serious and giving attention, you will soon find out all your problems, all that's gone, at least for the moment. So, to resolve problems is to attend. I wonder if you understand this? It's not a trick.